Hello, 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 hello. We are live tonight. It is March 4th, 2018. And welcome to the Geekdom 101 live late night. I'm looking at people talk. Come on, bro. Yes, I was like a minute late. Big deal. We're live here. Late night Geekdom 101 stream. I want to say hello to everybody out there. I hope y'all are having a great Saturday night. We're going to be discussing 129, 130, and 131 and other stuff too. I just wanted to, let you guys know before we start talking that this stream is it's going to have spoilers for at least 129, maybe a little bit of speculation on 130. We don't really know much about 131 yet, except that we know that we have good animators on it. That's what we know. So I hope everyone's having a good night. Hello, hello, hello. I see some of y'all in the chat. Let me hear myself real quick here. Okay, yeah, it's me. I'm going to put the chat on the screen here in a minute. So I want to tell you guys a couple things. First of all, I did my super review earlier today, and I watched the episode again. Now, I'm probably going to watch it a third time because I feel like even though I watched it again, I feel like I need to see it again because there's something that people were talking about in the chat before we started going live. Yes, I did see Wilder versus Ortiz, and I enjoyed it. Well, I saw the last half of it. Let me put the chat up on the screen for y'all here. Give me one moment. Put the chat up on the screen here. Okay. Yes, the chat is on the screen. So, no, what I wanted to real quick talk about was somebody, like I said, before we began here, somebody brought up like the Xenoverse 2 DLC Jiren dub voice. And I just want to tell everybody that the final version on the anime is not going to be exactly like the one in Xenoverse. Just like with Zamasu tonight, like, when you buy the Xenoverse game, the Jiren is just brand new. When the actual like anime comes out, you'll have a lot more. The Jiren voice is going to be more finalized, and they might even do a recast. So if you're out there and you're upset about the Jiren voice, no worries on that. No, we're going to be talking about 129 and 130. So I did go back and watch the episode again, and it took a little bit of time because, the sites were kind of crashing and whatnot. I watched it, and I enjoyed the episode more the second time. I really did like it more the second time than the first time. I really did enjoy the episode more. I still stand by what I said in the review, though. I felt like the first half dragged a little bit, and I felt like the main thing about the episode that stuck out to me, even more so when I watched it in HD, because the first time I saw it, it wasn't in high definition, is the fact that, like, I enjoyed the fact that the colors were really bright and colorful, right? The whole episode looked really, really, really colorful. And I really liked that. It looked different. It looked interesting. It looked unique. And I enjoyed that. Like, I actually really enjoyed that. I thought it was a good aesthetic for the series. I didn't think the episode had too much substance. I was kind of hoping for it to be more like a Goku and Frieza on Namek. That's what I really wanted. But it looks like next week's episode is going to be more like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like next week's episode is going to be a lot more like, Goku and Frieza on Namek. Now, for those wondering, yes, Frieza is still in this thing. He has not been eliminated. He has not been sent back to hell. He has not died. He's still in. And if you're wondering how Frieza is surviving all this chaos, I'm presuming he's there because he's probably hiding under a rock or something. You know what I mean? That's my presumption on that. I don't know that to be certain, but, I got a cough in the back of my throat here. I'm going to get the super chats here in a minute. But, no, I liked it more the second time. I really did. And I'm going to see if I can get a special guest to join us here in just a moment. One quick second. In the meantime, I'm going to real quick actually start answering some super chat questions. Now, real quick, guys, there will not be a Dragon Ball Super next week. It is preempted due to another show being on the air. Then we're gonna be off next week. Okay, there is no episode next week. Listen to me. And then it's gonna be off for a week again, and then we're gonna come back 2 more weeks in a row, and then that'll be the end of Super. So no episode next week, and then 2 in a row. So just letting everybody know right now. No, I don't think you combine Blue with Mastered Ultra Instinct. Let me real quick take a look at something. I'm gonna look at the super chats because they're gonna start piling up here, and I want to get them out of the way early. Joshi Ben Universe Tournament movie adaptation in the future? No, that's not happening. Eternal J, hey Geekdom, how are you? Matthew Bianco, I'm calling it. Goku can't beat Jiren. Decides to teleport him and Jiren out of the ring so Frieza can win. Universe 7 is saved. Cell game. Where's he gonna take him to though? Like, where's he gonna take him? Now, if you're saying he's gonna teleport him like to the sidelines, that could happen. I don't think so, but it could happen. I think people will be let down by that. Johnny Lewis says, "What's up with? Did you think of shirtless Jiren?" Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in the preview video I'm doing tomorrow. But shirtless Jiren, shirtless Goku, shirtless Vegeta, and shirtless Topo. Somebody in Dragon Ball Super likes shirtless stuff. All right, I thought it was pretty funny. Do I play Xenoverse 2? Yeah. Dub Jiren can change just like hitting the VA. Exactly. I did mention that earlier, and that's true. OMG, I'm so excited. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wonder if a god's ever been pushed like Goku. I don't know, but one of the questions that was being talked about in the chat before I started before I started the stream was the whole thing about like the gods and like Goku surpassing them. The question is now being brought up again. Have Goku and Jiren surpassed Beerus? That's been the question that's been brought up. And I'll be honest, I kind of think that he has. I think at this point, silver-haired Goku has surpassed Beerus. Could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if he's been able to surpass an angel, but it just seems like the way that the stuff he was doing in this episode that just got done ending, where he's like striking Jiren without even looking at him, and there's like explosions and everything everywhere. It was like a damn fireworks show. I think he may have. I really do. Yeah, I answer that. I do play Xenoverse, but I haven't played it in a while. Ultra Instinct Frieza for being untouched right now, right? Pretty much. Emmanuel says, I'm a fan of Vegeta. What characters are you a fan of? Beerus, Frieza. I like Vegeta. I like everybody. I like Roshi, of course. That's why he gets UI. I didn't get the rest of your message, man. Did you send one already? Oh, I wonder if a god's ever been pushed like Goku, that's why he gets UI. Well, that's a great point. That he sent his question in 2 different messages. No, it's true. Like, maybe if Beerus did get pushed to the limit like Goku did, maybe he would get it or master it. Thank you, Swisher. Yeah, I actually liked the episode more the second time I watched it. If you're out there and you didn't like the episode, watch it a second time. Now, I'm not saying I didn't like it, but I thought it was like, it was definitely better second time, but they did kind of reuse animation a little bit too much, in my opinion. That does kind of bug me when it's done that much. Brendan McDonald, do you think there'll be anything after Super? Yes. Yes, there will be. Shane Gilroy, yes, thank you for kind word comments you gave me when you recognized my name during your Facebook community response. Yes, I did recognize you, yes. I'm glad it was the same Shane Gilroy and it wasn't somebody else. Gray Leo says, do you feel like we should have gotten an hour special this week? They did 109 and 110. I would have been okay with it. I would have been fine with that. It would have been an extra half hour of animation. I would have been fine with it. That would have been cool. Honestly, I you know what? I kind of wish it was an hour because then it would have given us a lot more time. It would have given us a lot more time to, a lot more time to kind of enjoy this. Like I think it would have given us a lot more fights, and it would have let this, because the first half did feel a bit rushed, but also a bit slow. It's very weird, but that's how I felt. Mickey G, the OG, says, I'm having a bad day. I had this in the background. Well, I had a really bad day yesterday, which we're publicly and privately. But, what do you call it? Things are better now, and that's what I'm going to tell you. If you're having a bad day, tomorrow will be better. I assure you, okay? Tyrone Smith, I'm thinking Jiren doesn't have Ultra Instinct. I don't know. He might have something different. The auras, the way they fought tonight, and the way it's previewed for next week, looks like that Jiren might just be really freaking powerful. So, there you go. DJ X Physique CBO, big fan. Come to your channel. The episode, get your take on things. Godly episode. You have high expectations for 130. I do. I think 130 looks incredible. I think that the preview looks just awe-inspiring, and I cannot wait to see it. Frieza's okay, just under the dumpster, right? Shane Gilroy, when Goku first achieved perfected Ultra Instinct, I know how the God's structure started with the ones not even participating stood up, witnessed new form, respect given for that mortal. Yeah, I think somebody pointed that out in the chat before I started streaming live, and I think that's true. Like, I think, yes, they definitely do respect him now. Like, it seems that way, and they're probably going to end this entire thing with a newfound respect for both Goku and for, Jiren. Hang on a quick second here. Let me see if I can get somebody on to join me here. Stand by for just a quick moment, guys. I'm still here. Taking a quick sip of water for the working man. Why did the gods stand up when he turned silver? Because they were in awe of Ultra Instinct. That's why, brother. It was awesome. You should make a gaming channel for Dragon Ball. Not my thing, man. If you want gaming, check out Rhyme Style, Afro, Jadantastic. I love gaming, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to compete with those guys. Mr. Mosley, in the past you've mentioned you didn't like constant music in the Funimation dub. Do you still have the same criticism towards Super? It depends on how good the music is. That's what it comes down to. It really is a case-by-case situation about when it plays, how often it plays, etc. I haven't minded it in Super, except for a couple parts. That has been annoying, yeah. Shane Gilroy, again, I wish the Grand Prix and Angels all put their staffs together, to repair the arena for the last two fighters, only to have it destroyed by the new forms and power-ups. That would be awesome. Grand Prix, I think, would have to do that, because he's the one who built the thing, and that would be great. Alternative Factual says, my friend's doing better. Thanks for chatting up on Twitter, checking out our videos. DBS is reaching hard, and I'm glad it's ending. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully everything goes good with your friend. You know, that's important. How would you have handled Goku getting Master Ultra Instinct? I would have, I'll be honest with y'all, man, I would have skipped the Omen thing. Like I said in my review, I feel like the Omen before the actual Ultra Instinct, like I get why they did it to kind of give you a teaser, but I feel like it's too similar. You know, maybe the idea should have been that he got, like, I think the idea should have probably been that he got Mastered Ultra Instinct last week, like after Vegeta gave him his power. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would have done differently. Eternal J said I didn't like how Goku embarrassed Jiren. Well, Jiren hasn't gone full power yet, even though they've told us about 100 times that he has. Right? So, who knows? Bluebird says, do you think the silver hair could have been Super Saiyan God at one point? Ultra Instinct could have been red? No, I mean, I don't think so. But I don't think that was the case, because Toriyama came up with God 5 years ago, or 6 years ago, dude. So, that wouldn't have been the case. And I like the way it is now. I think silver's a much more, like, you know, a higher color, I guess. Thank you, Derek, for your kind words. More speakdoms. I should do more of those. Yeah, I put them over on my second channel, World of Geekdom. Wael Tayara, doesn't Jiren remind you of Kid Buu, especially in the last frame of the preview? I gotta check the preview out again. I'm doing my preview tomorrow. But he definitely had some funny faces. Kale Rui says, love your channel. So I heard from you on Rhyme Style. Thank you. Do you think Jiren went Ultra Instinct during that shirtless clash in the trailer? No, but he's probably got his own little power. Like his own incredible power. Do you think Frieza should have been eliminated? It depends on what the outcome is. I can't give you an answer on that yet. Maybe Angels have UI because of gray hair, normal not. No, because Supreme Kais also have gray hair, bro, and they're not Ultra Instinct. Johnny Lewis says, how many times is Jiren going to power up? Exactly. Like, how many times are they going to tell us this dude's at full power? You know what I mean? How many times? Did you catch that Goku called Jiren's Ki Blast when he dissipated before he attacked? Not the first time. But I did the second time, and I thought it was awesome. That was awesome that he did that. And that's why people are probably saying, "Oh man, you know, Jiren, you know, he was embarrassed by Goku." I mean, it's just Dragon Ball going back and forth. Did you catch that Goku? Oh yeah, I already said that. Right, that. Well, history does repeat itself. Remember when Goku didn't beat Cell? What did he do? Teleport out of the ring. Goku's all about saving people. Yeah, that was a response to earlier what Matt said. He's not really all about saving people. He's all about fighting. But I do think that, you know, he wants to save people. And I think that in this case, he's fighting for them, not just for himself. He has to do it. So I agree. But the whole thing is, can he catch Jiren? You know. Do you think Whis and Beerus are starting to think of Goku and the others as friends instead of subjects? That's something they play on the ongoing series Future Dragon Ball. Yes, I mentioned this during my during 110, the review and the stream right after. I do think that Beerus is, without question, seeing Goku as more of a friend than just a student or an annoying guy. I think Goku will always be annoying to him, but I think that now they are developing that friendship. Ghostface Gaming, thank you for your very kind donation and comments. He says that love your channel, been following you since 20K, and you're part of the reason I revamped my channel to keep the good work. Well, thank you for that, and you've already got a cool name, bro, because I was a huge fan of Ghostface Killer back in the day, bro. Iron Man and freaking Supreme Clientele, Tony Montana, San on the Rise. You know, Fish Scale, I think Ghostface got better, bro, as the years went by. But I think the beats were better on his old stuff. Just Incredible Gaming. You're not just the coolest, you're not just the best, you're just incredible. How would you feel about doing a collab video of Master Ultra Instinct versus Superman? Nice debates, they always are being matched up. We'll see. Because now it's really going to get interesting. That's a great idea because that's going to be a big one. So basically, Jiren is the Toguro of Dragon Ball. He's like, this is my full power, then he pulls out more. Why don't people understand that Goku vs. Jiren is all about instincts versus absolute power? I think it is. It's a great point. And I think, you just got to explain it to him. And I might do a video about that. I might do, when this whole thing is over, I don't want to do it yet because I want to see how it plays out in the next couple of weeks. Because there's no Super next week. Again, there's no Super next week. It's off. Then it comes back in 2 weeks. I think that that's a great point. I want to see if they keep to that, though, in episode 130. Goku has to body Jiren to make his Ultra... God, how far are we? We're not that far. To make his Ultra Instinct good, Jiren should not match it. I think Frieza will hit Goku from behind when he's finished off Jiren to kill him. I don't know if it's going to work, bro. I think Goku's too strong. Do you think Ultra Instinct is the coolest freaking transformation Goku has? I don't know. Maybe. I really like I like Super Saiyan 2 a lot. And I like 4. Even though 2 looks better on Gohan, because that was the original guy to get to. I like 4. I like God. Yeah. I mean, I guess Silver does look pretty damn awesome. It was cool the way he did it in the episode, bro. Do you think Goku should keep UI? You skipped me. I did? I'm sorry if I skipped you, dude. When you scroll down this thing, you lose track. I'm trying to find... Oh, there you are. Oh, you did. Oh, my bad, dude. Shit. Let me go back to your second post. I don't want to skip anybody else here. Because it's hard to keep track of these things, man. I wish there was an easier way. Yeah, sorry that I skipped you, dude. Seriously. I just wanted to say that Goku is going to keep Ultra Instinct, I think. I think he will. Your videos give me life. Keep it up, Geek Squad. Thank you. Master Schwag, how would you feel if Ultra Instinct was Goku's last form? It should be. No more. I've said it a million times. No more transformations for Goku. And I'll be honest with y'all, yo. The way that Goku looked tonight and the way it looks like he's going to look next week, or not next week, next episode. I keep saying next week, next episode, because there's no Super next week. I think he's just too powerful now. Like the big question that I have in my head is who's next? Like they're gonna have to dig out some Angel and Grand Priest tier villains and come up with them in order for this to be interesting again. You know what I'm saying? Like Goku, if Goku can beat Jiren, dude, like who's left? This dude can transcend time and space. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? How quick can Oob get UI with training? I have no idea, bro. I'm sorry I can't answer that question, Antho. We have never seen Oob beyond GT do anything cool in GT. Will Jiren kick out at 2? Maybe. I think so. Thank you, Nufferpan. See, it's hard. It's easy to lose your place here. Do you think Goku winning is bad based on the outcome of every arc in Super? Think about it. Goku winning is not as predictable as people think. Well, it's not, but it's been too Goku-centric either way. You know what I mean? Like, with all the other stuff going on with Kefla and the first Jiren fight and Goku doing all... And, every episode was about Goku. So I think that's where the complaint comes from. And you're right. Goku's only won one tournament. He's been in a bunch of them. He's only won one. So that is something to think about. I think Migate no. Do you think Migate no Goku is the one Beerus dreamed of? No, no. I've said that a million times. It's not. It's Super Saiyan God. Why is Goku emitting heat from an Ultra Instinct? Any thoughts? I'm gonna do a little research on that and get back to you on it. But the heat is probably coming from his body, and I think what's happening is that I think this is a theory. I don't know for sure until they give us more information. That I think his body is releasing energy in the form of heat to keep him going. In other words, he's not running. Okay, heat is like instinct. He's not running on ki necessarily. Like there's ki. There's obviously going to be ki there, but he's running purely on instinct, and then that's the heat, I think, is like the instinct protruding from his body. Now, that might be a shitty theory to some. Whatever. I just came up with it in the last 2 minutes, but that's what I think. And I'll look into it. I'll think about it a little bit more. Do you think Goku will fight gods in the next season? There is no next season, bro. Super's ending. So, next year, maybe. How do you predict the manga will handle Goku receiving UI based on how they've handled things previously? I think they'll skip it. Omen and just do one form. No, I don't know actually, because they did some surprising things in the manga. Like they eliminated certain people like the universe, like the Yard Rat and some other people. So yeah, I think it is possible. I hope he does though. I hope they consolidate Instinct and Omen into one. Do you think Tournament of Power Piccolo is stronger than Western Supreme Kai? Seems like a pushover now. Super C Flyers, love you, sir. Yes, I do think Tournament of Power Piccolo is much, much stronger than Supreme Kai. He ain't that strong. Was that barrier Goku put up, or was the Goku blocking fast and looked like a barrier? I think it was a barrier, but it's up for interpretation because Goku was blocking fast, but no, I think it was a barrier that he put up. Jakai98, what the fuck happened to the no-fly rule in the tournament? I don't know, bro. Like, they were doing some stuff here that has no explanation. So I don't know. Maybe because the arena's broken, right? Like with the arena being cracked, they're not exactly standing on it. You know what I'm saying? Like that might be the issue. I guess that makes the most sense, right? Off topic, but expectation for Infinity War. I think it's going to be awesome. I think Russo brothers have made 2 good movies, Captain America 2 and Captain America 3. And I'm really looking forward to it, but I wonder how they're going to be able to juggle all of these characters in Infinity War. Remember, it's going to be 2 parts. When did they say Jiren's at full power? Never. They said it a bunch of times. They said Jiren's going to show off his true power. Not full power. They said true power over and over and over again. It's getting ridiculous. What do you think of Eminem's new album? I haven't heard it yet, but I heard bad things. Masako X in the chat, you should get him on stream. Is he? Hold on. Let me ask him. Hold on. I'll ask him right now, bro. See, I did not know. Are you sure it's the real Masako X, dude? Because it's late over there. I thought he'd be asleep. It's super late over there, yo. I'll ask him. I asked him right now. We'll see if he gets back to me. Patik talks about the heat in Ultra Instinct. Unfortunately, I can't really answer that because I don't know the answer to it yet. I might bring somebody else in and kind of get their thoughts. I have to really think about that. Like, I have to actually give that thought. No for pain, no pants. What if Goku and Jiren clash to the end of power? Frieza death beams him from behind for the DQ and Goku wins. Then Goku was here. But I wouldn't like that, to be honest with you. I would not like that. Does Ultra Instinct State give you God Ki? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's never stated that it does. They are 2 different things. What is the red aura in the DBS intro? Kaioken? I think it is. I've always thought that, and that's what I think it is. Do you think Jiren's red glowing aura is the same as Ultra Instinct, or is it a completely different power? I think it's a different power. I think it's a completely different power. Can you yell Neil? Neil! DBS ending, Goku goes and trains with Great Priest. That'll be... maybe. I think they should save that for later. You know what I mean? Like if they bring the show back. Did Goku remind you of Superman when he was in Energy? Not me. He didn't remind me of that, and I'm surprised he reminded you of it, but I didn't notice that. So when Goku and Jiren fight, they aren't just fighting for their universe, they're fighting for their beliefs as well. That's why it's so intense. Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with that. It definitely seems to be like a power instinct thing, and like I said in my review, in case y'all missed it, what makes this so interesting to me is that Jiren doesn't believe in trust or in counting on anybody, and everybody counts on Goku. And it's almost like even though Universe 11 is counting on Jiren, he doesn't care. Whereas Goku is mindful of that and uses that to motivate him. But to be honest with you, this is just a redo of Battle of Gods. And I talked about this before in several different videos and streams. What's happened to Goku is no different than what happened to him in Battle of Gods when he got Ultra Instinct. Remember, Beerus hit him with the big red ball, the sun-looking attack or whatever, and then Goku went down, thought about his family and friends, came back up, tapped into the God power, and was able to absorb the big ball like he did with the Genki Dama. It's kind of the same thing. I mean, they really did rehash it. So, and what motivated him was the fact that his friends were counting on him. Thoughts on Goku not speaking while in UI? I like it. I like that no-nonsense Goku. Do you consider Goku Ultra Instinct a transformation or a technique? It's a transformation and a state of being is what it is. Leo says, I want the fight to end like when Goku went beast mode against Broly in the final 4 minutes of the fight. Said Vegeta versus Frieza. Also, MUI aura is sick. It is sick. I'm trying to think of what you're talking about when Goku went beast mode versus Broly. Like even when he punched him in the stomach. Yeah, like I don't know if he's gonna do that, but I think it's gonna be even faster. Orion Hammerfall says the heat seems like the flame and the void from the fantasy series The Wheel of Time. I believe it's based off a real meditation technique. I'm going to ask Kendamu about that one because I'm going to do some research for y'all and get you an answer because that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to get back to these people, dude. Geekdom's grandma. I'll see you at KamehaCon. PS. Sing Sweet Child of Mine. I'm not going to sing tonight, bro. My throat hurts. By the way, that's the other thing. I almost forgot. Jeez, I almost forgot. Yeah, so Peter Kalamis and Sean Schemmel are coming to KamehaCon along with Brian Drummond and Chris Sabat and a bunch of others. But it was officially announced today that they are all coming. So you're going to get 2 Gokus and 2 Vegetas and maybe even more surprise. I mean, there's going to be more surprises. I can't talk about them yet. But if you haven't got your KamehaCon tickets, dude, KamehaCon.com, get them. Because, yes, Sean will be there along with Peter Kalamis. 2 Gokus, 2 Vegetas, and so many more people. Also, if you're a Yu Yu Hakusho fan, okay, a lot of the Yu Yu Hakusho cast will be there. Sabat was also Kuwabara. Boltan is Cynthia Cran. So remember to bring your Yu Yu Hakusho Blu-rays and DVDs and toys to get them signed because they will all be there. The voices of Yu Yu Hakusho. And I'll be real with y'all. I told Cynthia this when I interviewed her, which will be up on the channel next month. I like her Boltan more than I do her Chi-Chi. I like that character more. And I think she did too. She loved playing Boltan. That's why I'm hoping that when they come out with this Yu Yu Hakusho special that's being talked about, I hope that they bring them all back for that. Neo Atari, isn't the Tournament of the Weakest Universes? No, we've already discussed this 1,000 times. You must be a newer subscriber. I did tons of videos about this last year because it was a big controversy. This Tournament of Power is not the weakest universes. It's the one with the lowest mortal rate. Lowest mortal is not strength-based. I've talked about that before. If you go to my channel and you look up a video I did called, I think I call it the 4 strongest universes or the 4 best universes, I think, or something like that. It's been a while, dude. I'm sorry. It's been like a year. I break that down. It has nothing to do with strength. And anybody who says otherwise is wrong. It's already been discussed in the series. When Beerus was shivering in the end, was it fear? It could be. It very well could be because Goku may have surpassed him. It's possible. Dasom Perez, what do you think Frieza's up to? I think he's knocked out somewhere, bro. That's what I think. Off topic, but I play for Crunchyroll. Why can I only watch Dragon Ball? I've been trying to watch Yu-Gi-Oh, but it won't work. I don't think Yu-Gi-Oh's on Crunchyroll. I haven't checked, but that's a question for Crunchyroll, not for me. Even though I'm sponsored with Verve and Crunchyroll, I don't have any control of their catalog or anything. So I don't know. I can't. You gotta ask them. I have no idea. If Super returns next year, how should it start? I should start right after the end of Z. Goku and Oob training, and then something happens. Or after the movie, coming out in December. Jermaine Evans says, you know that you're more interesting than the whole Dragon Ball series. I'm not a fan of Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Z. I don't enjoy Dragon Ball ever since I've been an adult. But thank you. You're better than the series. No intentional wank. Well, thanks. I definitely didn't try to be better than Dragon Ball. You're the only person who's ever said that to me, and I appreciate it. You know. Looking back at Vegeta's speech about Saiyans and speaking to Goku brought back memories of when he saved Goku versus Android 19 when he hated him. Android 19. I don't remember. Oh, when he saved Goku, I see. I misread what you said. I thought you said they saved Android 19. No, because I was like, wait a minute, Vegeta killed Android 19. I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. With the Big Bang attack. That's one thing that pissed me off is in the original Z dub, he's like, I'm going to give you a going away present. And I was like, no, dude. In the Japanese version, he's like, Super Vegeta's Big Bang attack. And it was so much cooler. I hated that dub change, man. You know, back when they first did it. They fixed it in Kai, though. Daniel says I skipped him. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I really don't mean to do that. I swear to God, I apologize. Oh, I did. God, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm just, the thing scrolls down and I can't even see it. Favorite line from the episode tonight? Probably Beerus at the end. He's like, Kanzen migata no Gokui. I thought that was awesome, dude, the way he said that. I hope Jason Douglas can nail it. Kendall says, looking back at Vegeta, speech about Saiyans and speaking of Goku, which I love, by the way, even more the second time, brought back memories of when he saved Goku versus. Oh wait, you already said that. Oh god, I'm all discombobulated. Look, give me a second, all right? I'm not gonna. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a quick drink, all right? Cause I'm discombobulated. Let me get a drink, all right? I'll be right back. You're gonna get some dead air for a second, all right? Coming back. Okay, I'm back. No, I ran out of water, dude. Like, I ran out of water, so I went to go get tea. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was, oh man, like I gotta focus here. My bad, all right. Rick Lewis says RKO is the greatest wrestling move of all time. I like that move a lot. I don't know about the greatest, but I do like it because you can get it out. You can hit it from anywhere. T Greeny One says, doesn't Frieza have to die, stay dead, due to him still being dead at the end of Z? Well, we don't see him at the end of Z, bro. Remember, they don't even mention Frieza. Frieza's not even mentioned, like, at all at the end in the last 3 episodes of Z. So he might come back. You know, he might. So I don't know what to tell you. You know, we'll find out very shortly. Izarake Van Col, if I screwed up your name, I apologize. Did anyone else realize that all of the gods were there when Goku turned perfect Ultra Instinct? Aren't all of them supposed to be erased? No. I don't know what you're talking about. No. No. That they weren't. Like, only the, okay, no. The gods that were there, no, dude, the gods that were there were the ones that weren't erased. The ones that were erased have been erased. No, the ones that were there were not erased. Why would they be erased? You know that there's 4 universes that aren't fighting, right? I mean, did you forget that? There's 4 that are not fighting. They don't get erased. Al Filion says, late to stream, sorry if you have answered, but so the heat Whis was talking about was the fact that he was saying he was too weak to be Ultra Instinct, but not something bad, right? I don't know. I have to think about that, like I said. I think the heat is just Goku giving away. It's just his body leaking out energy, is what I'm thinking, for Ultra Instinct. It seems to be more of an instinctual thing than anything else. Give me a second here. Okay. Hey, Geekdom, I enjoy your channel. When Goku first went Ultra Instinct, why did Jiren say Goku's limit is his heat? But now Goku's built all this heat to defeat him. Well, that's not what he said. What happened was Goku came in with a big punch. Let me get a sip of tea here. Goku came in with a big punch. Jiren blocked it and said, this is the limit of your power. And then we found out later on that the punch wasn't that strong because Ultra Instinct had not been mastered yet and Goku didn't know how to use the offensive version. That's what happened. They were mentioning the heat back then because they didn't understand why his body was protruding heat. The heat is a side effect of Ultra Instinct. Johnny Lewis says, ever consider watching One Piece and reviewing it? It's very long. and I have a lot to catch up on. I wanted to for years, and I keep procrastinating, and there you go. Neo Atari, I'm a pretty new subscriber. I'll check out that video about the power of the universes. Thanks for the great content. It's been a treat. Yeah, I'm sorry I don't remember the name. Let me think for a minute, Neo Atari. The name of this damn... Give me 1 second, because I gotta think of the name of this damn thing. What was the video about exempt universes? Exempt universes. Because I know I did one. Yeah, see, Expert Games had made a mistake on this. He made a video saying that they were the strongest, and they weren't. Like, he actually made a huge mistake on that. And we talked about it privately, I remember. Yeah, look up the video that I did called 4 Best Universes in Dragon Ball Super, and then look up one that says Zeno's Universe Rankings, right? That will tell you, like, what I'm talking about. I just looked it up, so we're good. Hang on a quick second here. Hang on one quick moment. I have to check something here. Stand by, folks. Because I need to get back to what I was doing. Hang on one quick moment. Just bear with me. Hold on a second. I might bring somebody on here to help me out with this while I look this up. Just bear with me. I'm live right now. I'll answer some more of these questions here. Just give me a sec. It's hard to do this with 2 monitors. Like I should probably have like 4, really. Editing video with 1 is like impossible. You know what I'm saying? With 2, it's hard, but it's not impossible. I can do it with 2, but like with okay, we're gonna have a special guest join us here in a minute, but like with it would be so much easier with like 3. Anyways, the movie title leaked. It's called Finding Frieza. All right. Reviews of My Hero Academia. You're awesome, big fan. I'm gonna watch it and then let you know what I think. I forgot which storyline it was, but there's a comic series where Superman is just too OP that writers didn't know what to do with him beyond that series. Do you think DB has hit that point with Goku? I don't think so, because the Grand Priest is still the top dog alongside the Zenos, so they can always come up with something. But maybe they'll figure out a way to depower Goku. I certainly hope not, but maybe they will. Pokemon Trainer Tony, I think we need a Platinum Frieza. Well, you would say you wanted a Platinum Frieza as a Pokemon trainer. Or SSJ Rainbow Goku. That's a Pokemon mentality right there. Also, what would you think if Universe 7 lost, but Jiren decides to wish them all back? He smiles like hit. That'd be cool. It would be good development for Jiren. G&J draw time limit. Universe 7 wins because Frieza's alive. Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought that would happen. Either that or they're going to double eliminate themselves. You know, either one could work. David Ortega, thank you. Casey Piles says, love the content. Quick question. What was the point of Vegeta's transformation? It did 0 damage to Jiren. What's the point? Was it a plot device to defeat Topo? Yes. You answered your own question, bro. It was to show that Vegeta was as strong, if not stronger, than God of Destruction Topo. That's pretty much what it was. How has Frieza managed to stay in the ring with Goku and Jiren destroying most of it? He's probably hiding out in some like rock somewhere. You know what I'm saying? We'll find out. Will you become True Golden Frieza when you reach 500,000 subscribers and love your channel, the bonus Fresh Prince content last stream? Well, I'm embarrassed about that Fresh Prince thing, dude, because I botched that one. But as far as True Golden Geekdom goes, I said True Golden Frieza, True Golden Geekdom, I'm not going to change my avatar. I like the one I have now a lot, actually. Thomas Lob drew it. Geekdom's grandma, my chancleta can beat Jiren. Watch out, orphan. Oh, man. Probably. Orphan. He's talking about Jiren being an orphan. Come on, bro. That's messed up, bro. His family died. No, I mean, I'm close to 500K now. So I'm very happy about that. Good God Almighty. You're doing the Jim Ross. Johnny Lewis says, what Dragon Quest game would you recommend? All of them, to be honest with you. The best ones are 3, 4, and 5, in my opinion. 8 is fantastic. 7's good, but it's a little bit too long. 6 is okay. 9 is good, but I would recommend 4, 5, and 6. Those are my three. I'm sorry, 3, 4, and 5. 3, 4, and 5 are my personal favorites, but I recommend you go back and play 1 and 2. Yes, they're archaic, but trust me, you'll appreciate 3 more if you play 1 and 2. Childish, thank you for your $20 donation. What was your favorite scene in the episode? My favorite scene in the episode was when Goku went full white and he glowed like a ghost. See, that thing was creepy, dude. He was like a ghost in that motherfucker. He was a freaking ghost, dude. And then he's sitting there like, fucking Jiren shit up. Brah, brah, brah. Like he's not even looking at him. And I was just like, yo, are they really going to job Jiren? Because I'm going to be mad if Jiren jobs. I don't want Jiren to job. If Jiren's going to lose, have him lose a close fight. If this gray-haired freaking cum-stained hair Goku can beat this freaking dude and just squash him and there's no, effort, it's going to piss me off. That's worse than, having Goku win and Goku time. No, it has to be a close fight. It has to be relatively close. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break. You know what I'm saying? Why is Toriyama not too involved with DBS like DBZ? Because he's not. He wasn't that involved in DBZ. He was doing the manga, the Dragon Ball manga. He's not drawing the manga anymore. So, let me go ahead and bring Mike on here. Mike, can you hear me?
Hey, how's it going?
We're live, right?
Hey, everybody. It's Mike from Laughing Stock Media and Cinema.
Actually,
how's it going?
Hold on. I got to put my headphones on because you're echoing. Hang on.
Okay.
Hold on. I was going to ask you something, though, Mike, man. They've been asking me all night about this, and I don't have an answer for them yet. So I wanted to pick your brain about this. Okay, I got my headphones in. I wanted to pick your brain about this. People keep bringing up the heat, how Ultra Instinct Goku had the heat tonight. What do you think that is? I keep thinking it's like his body protruding energy, instinctual energy, not like ki. Do you have a different idea about what that might be?
I mean, that's certainly entirely possible. For me, I had assumed that basically it's kind of Goku isn't able at this point, or at least until right now, he wasn't able to keep all of his either divine or this special instinctual sort of energy or ki that's emanating from within his body. It was radiating outwards, which is also why it seemed like his stamina would be so drastically drained whenever he would use the form. So that's where I feel like his heat reaching to the stands is kind of similar, I guess, to when Jiren's powering up. And, when you power up or transform, your energy floods outwards in like a dramatic display that looks like something out of Michael Bay, of course. So
that
I feel
whole
like it
episode,
might just be something like that.
That whole episode was a trip, bro. That episode reminded me of, I don't even know. It was so colorful. It looked like freaking... Yeah. It looked like freaking Clockwork Orange in some parts of it. Like a Stanley Kubrick episode, bro. It was a trip.
I really do like it. It's really reminiscent for me in many ways of Marvel Cosmic, especially from the 1980s and the early 90s, like Infinity Gauntlet. They're out in space. You could see all the crazy explosions lighting up the heavens, although in this case it's a realm of infinite nothingness. But
like my
I really
asshole.
like the aesthetic.
No.
I really like the aesthetics. I'll just say that.
That's what I said.
So many vistas, as Red Letter Media would say.
Vistas. It was just cool because it just looks so different. I kept saying that in the review, with the blue and the red, and then kind of the white and the red. It's kind of like the motif. George Lucas talked about how in the original Star Wars trilogy, you had kind of the brown color of Tatooine, and then you had the Death Star, which was all colorless, like gray and dark and black and white, right? Then you had in Empire, you had the white snow, and then you had Cloud City. Then in Jedi, you had the green and brown with Endor, the different environments and whatnot. And then with the prequels, you could do whatever you wanted. But
Mustafar is all red with the lava, or
right,
Blade Runner-esque would be, I guess,
Coruscant. Yeah. Or as Jake Lloyd calls it, Coruscant. I can't believe that during that audition he kept pronouncing it Coruscant,
and I can't believe they went with him.
I don't. The other kid was better, right?
Yeah. There's so many better choices. Same thing with Hayden Christensen. Why didn't they bring in Leonardo DiCaprio?
Dude, freaking George was like, you know, this kid does it better, but the other kid's more natural. Talking about Jake, and I'm like, no, he's not more natural, bro. Like, what were you thinking?
Did you see Jingle All the Way? He wasn't very natural in that movie either.
Nah, and then what's crazy is like, if you watch that documentary is weird. He's like telling people like, oh yeah, he told the fourth grade class that he's gonna go do Star Wars. Like, are you supposed to say that? Isn't that like NDA? Like, are you allowed to talk about that?
I remember reading like an interview with him around the time that Phantom Menace was coming out, and I remember him talking about how like his classmates would be asking him like details on the movie and how he wasn't allowed to tell them. So maybe.
I don't know.
Can you make like an 8-year-old kid sign a contract like that?
Yes, you can, because he signed it. Remember in the documentary they see him sign it. Oh, and everybody claps. We will sue your little ass if you freaking tell anyone spoilers of freaking Star Wars, bro.
If you tell anyone the movie is horrible, we'll sue your ass.
What, like, I mean, dude, they still do that. Broom Kid from Last Jedi freaking had to sign a contract. So, Wanderer GFX says one thing you're scared DBS will do. I was gonna say suck, but it kind of already has done that in the past. So I don't want it to end shittily. How about that?
I'm afraid that it's gonna just be a massive April Fool's joke, and it's gonna go on for another 80 or plus episodes.
Come on, bro, stop! Don't say that. It's not an April Fool's. You're not. Dude, come on. You don't want to lie to him like that.
No. One thing I'm scared. Yeah, basically, I'm scared that what they're gonna do is Goku and Vegeta lose their god powers, and then like Dr. Mew shows up and takes the body of the god of destruction from universe, what was it, 8? The one with the robots, universe 3.
And I hope it's Dr. Mew, as in like Mew from Pokemon with like a wispy mustache. He just shows up for some reason.
He turns into Ho-Oh and flies away with it.
Hey, they're bringing Lugia back for the next movie. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I always really liked the second one. That was really great. The second Pokemon movie.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah. I always liked Ho, though. I don't remember if he's really in it that much.
No, Ho's not in that movie at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you fucking poser. So, Rick Lewis, I wish it was Rick Moranis who plays Lewis Tully. How do you feel about Hot Rhonda? You're talking about Ronda Rousey? I don't think she's that hot. She's all right.
I mean, from certain angles, but then again, you could say the same thing about Emma. And
I think Emma's way hotter than her, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Rhonda's got that whole Amazonian "I'll beat the crap out of you" thing going for her. So,
well, you like that stuff more than I do. Yeah. Leo Architect, hello Leo, good dude. He says it won't happen, but it'd be dope and hilarious if they do a Blu-ray extra episode showing Frieza's perspective on trying to avoid getting eliminated by the collateral damage from Goku and Jiren's fight. That's the kind of things that I wish every movie and every TV show would do, and nobody ever does it.
Maybe Toyotaro will do that as one of his special chapters in the manga. I'd like to see them show us. I agree. I'd like to see them show us what Yamcha was doing the whole time. I mean, it's only 48 minutes, but in Dragon Ball time, that's an eternity, apparently.
So Black Nap says, "What if DBS didn't exist?" Well, I don't. That's too much. That's a complicated what if, which I'm gonna ask Quinn about. By the way, that reminds me. So Quinn told Bindle, who told me that apparently, and this is comedy to me, Black and Fist is indeed working on a video. Black and Fist will be uploading soon, and it's just, I just find it so funny that Super is ending and then Black and Fist decides to come back. Like, it's just.
We even made jokes about that, like, oh, he'll show up at the end of Dragon Ball Super, and then he literally is gonna do that.
It's like the last episode of like Fresh Prince when the whole house is empty, and like he's the last one in looking around. Like, where'd y'all go? Like,
I can't wait for him to show up to Kameha Con like 6 months after it ends.
That's right. He'll show up at the building. They told me the con. He'll show up in 2019. He said it was here. Josh.
Where's Josh?
Yeah, are you with Josh? Josh took off to the mall.
Most inside of jokes.
Now, we're going to power scale, which I know that you're deathly afraid to do nowadays, but...
I mean, yeah, totally.
No, Nathaniel Torres says, where would you rank the Xenoguards? The thing is, I've seen people, like, put them as, like, second strongest to Zeno above Grand Priest, and there's just no evidence, dude. There's no evidence to support that.
I mean, I assume that Zeno, if he did created them to specifically protect him against anything. But at the same time, it's like we haven't seen these guys really do anything. For all we know, they're
Except like
weaker
look
than like
scary, right?
yeah. So for all we know, they're weaker than like Goku, and they're weaker than like Belmod, like
Let's
we
not
don't
forget
know.
that Supreme Leader Snokescar weren't that powerful either, bro. And they went down like a bunch of bitches. So I mean, there you
They
go.
they lost. They lost to a girl who trained for maybe all of 10 minutes with Luke, but
And they lost to a guy
I
who trained longer, but then freaking cried like a bitch when his uncle tried to kill him, and then didn't even ask him what he was doing.
and then his master told him, "Take off that stupid helmet."
I like that
You're,
line, bro. You got beat by a girl with no training. I like that line, bro. I actually like that line a lot. You
and they
lost
barely
to a
do it.
girl.
It's not like they do much to remedy the whole no training thing in the movie.
Well, the book has fixed a lot of it, but the books always do. Isn't that always the
Uh,
case?
I can't wait until uh, Star Wars, the Snoke Wars comes out, and they actually like give us everything about Snoke, and they teach us like all this in-depth history of who he used to be and how it's tied into all these important things, and then they never follow up on it in the movies at all. I
I'm not
can't
gonna.
wait for
I'm
that.
not gonna care. Logical, the artist says, I think UI is basically God Key mastered to its fullest extent, uniting body, mind, and soul with Goku's God Key, ultimately putting him on the angel tier of power. Your thoughts? No, I think that's all headcanon.
Yeah.
Because God Key and Ultra Instinct are two different things. Even though it seems like God Key is something that helps understand Ultra Instinct better based on the training that we gave them. I don't see
Mhm.
it being part. I don't see it necessarily needing God Key. What do you think?
I mean, they haven't really specified if Goku is using, I would assume he's using God Key, but they haven't really specified
I
like
don't know.
the kind of. It's
Yeah.
just that it seems like everyone can sense him, even like Piccolo, Gohan, like all these people seem to be able to sense him. Like, can all of them sense God Key now? Is that just something we have to take for granted? Or like, how does it work specifically? I don't really know. I don't think it's really about the type of key necessarily. It might just be about how Goku is utilizing the key, which seems to be a big recurring theme in Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, I think we're past that at this point. I think God Key's just like something that, for Goku, anyways, it's not even important anymore. Um, Paul says hello from Pinellas County. Love your content. I'm right next to Pinellas County, so that's good.
Oh, cool.
Raz says perfect Ultra Instinct. Maybe they'll make it where Goku can't reach his form like he did in Tournament of Power, but it took him 4 minutes to become Ultra Instinct. Maybe. Well, I mean he did it in 20 minutes or something. How long? 20 minutes, right? I mean, overall, when you
Yeah,
count it.
roughly around then. Yeah, it's just, I mean, obviously Goku was being trained in some degree before this to kind of reach that. Whis did mention it back in Resurrection F. I mean, I question if they completely forgot about the concept up until this arc, but that's out of universe. In universe, Goku probably had some sort of preparation that made it easier, but it's still kind of a massive reach.
Yeah. Um, Blazing Trainer says, "Have you seen Guardians 2 yet?" Har har har. You MJ18 which hole? All of MJ's holes.
Jeez.
Alexi B says, "Had to rewatch to make sure, but the Xenos showed their God pad and the shot didn't show Frieza. Do I think all the God's destruction stood up in the stands, not everyone else?" I mean, that's the. I think Frieza's still in there,
Yeah.
and he's saying why do you think all the gods stood up in the stands and not everyone else? I think because I think they appreciate what Ultra Instinct is more than anybody else. That's all I can think of.
Mhm.
I can't read their thoughts either. You know.
I think it's also we've seen them gradually become more interested in Goku's power and ability to use this. So I think they're also standing up to get like the best look possible to see what Goku really has to offer. It's like Beerus, he's not afraid like he kind of seemed in the Universe 6 arc. He's like excited to see Goku with this power. He's like, I want to fight Goku with Ultra Instinct.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's really what it is. It's a big shocking thing. So, Childish writes, "How did you feel when Goku caught Jiren's blast and just flicked it away? Jiren's face was priceless." I thought that was awesome, dude. Like
Yeah.
it was awesome. But again, I gotta be honest. In the back of my head, I don't want Jiren to be a jobber, dude. Like it shouldn't be that easy for Goku.
I mean, Jiren has gone full power like
About 10
12
times
times in the
already. Yeah,
past few episodes,
we're all
and
making
it
fun of
seems
that
like
now. Like Herms, you, me. It's like a joke.
it
Bardock.
seems like it seems like every time he goes full power, he takes more damage than he did before. It's like Zamasu merges together with Black, and then suddenly he gets half his face turned into like Two-Face from the Batman Forever movie. So it's just, I don't know. I thought it was an awesome scene, but to be honest, this might be controversial, but I thought Goku looked way better before the aura dissipated and we saw like the silver white hair. Like I thought he looked really cool. It looked almost like the Avatar state or something when he was actually like surrounded by that energy when he like flicked away Jiren's blast basically like separated it. I thought that looked awesome.
The part that tripped me out most was how he looked like a ghost, dude. Like it
Yeah.
was weird. It was like almost like he was like a spirit, right? With like energy coming off of him and whatnot. Like that was crazy, man.
There was a lot of great scene or a lot of great art in the second half of the
I
episode.
I was telling people like earlier in the stream that I watched it the second time and I liked it more. Like the first time I didn't like it that much. Second time I liked it more.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I've only seen the episode once so far. You know, I usually watch more than once, like within a short span of time. But for me, it's like the first half of the episode was kind of retread. Even though there were some cool things going on, and then the second half like really stepped it up a notch. Like not only with the animation, but the
I
action.
agree.
You know,
First
uh,
half had so much banked animation. Oh my god.
yeah, way too much. And like then they were reusing animation from the intro again. It's just
Again,
like
dude.
I don't know. It's like the tournament of it's reminding me of like the Omega Shenron fight from Dragon Ball GT when they just kept showing the same animation over and over and over again. It's just like, come on, guys.
Or the trunk cell fight where they kept repeating that little combo over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um Coco Rice says you nailed it. The heat is instinct. We says an accelerating rise of energy, not from confusion, but from pure impulse. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That the heat is drawn out of Goku from moving from. It's basically kinetic energy. Like that's the way I'm
Yeah.
seeing it. Like yeah, like it's just the constant movement. I might do a video on that explaining it.
Yeah, it's basically like no matter how good Goku is at maintaining that energy within his body, the law of entropy will still see the energy flow outward from within him. You know, no matter how good he is at controlling it, when he moves or when he just exists within that form, energy is going to be let out. And I think that it's going to be in the form of heat, at least
Thermo.
when it's not mastered.
It's like what Homer said. In this house, we obey the laws of thermodynamics. So that's
Yeah.
kind of how I feel. Well, I'll do a video on that either this week or next week. I gotta think about that one. You know what I mean? I really
Yeah.
do. Um,
They give us like
Master.
20 sentences of explanation, like during that one part when Goku's actually like tapping into it. It's just like, oh my god, like how much exposition are we gonna get? This is Dragon Ball.
Well, I'd rather get that than nothing, bro. We still don't
Oh
even know
yeah,
what the fuck rage is, bro. Still,
we'll never
we'll
know.
never know.
They'll
I
release a
can't.
guidebook and then they'll ignore it.
I can't wait to explore the other universes. George says Master Ultra Instinct come stain Goku in his next form. Yeah, I talked about how, the silver hair should be it, bro. No more of this, like, he's got cum in his hair. Like, enough.
Yeah, unless it's well, I'm trying to keep it somewhat PG. It's kind of out the window at this point, though.
With the late night stream. Raz says maybe they could bring in this twist in the movie. I missed his previous one, or maybe I already covered it. Ritwick Sina. Ritwick's a cool name, by the way. If Jiren does not trust anyone, why does he start to meditate midway in the tournament? Well, because Jiren meditating doesn't mean he's asleep, bro. He can still sense everything around him. If you try to attack him, he's gonna hit you. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's just
Yeah.
sleeping. The meditation's not sleeping.
No, I mean, we've seen many characters meditate in the past, and that doesn't just automatically mean that anyone can beat them. Like, we even saw those robots fly up to him, and they were just blown away by his energy. Like, who's going to stop him?
Mitchell, actually, right here as a follow-up question, but I don't think it meant to be a follow-up question. Mitchell Matheny says, how significant do you think Goku's deep breaths were to mastering the form? Well, that's all about meditation, dude. You know, we've talked about this before, and if you want to learn more about that, check out my video I did with Kendamu called True Golden Frieza Explained, and check out the Ultimate Gohan Explained, or the Secret of Ultra. It's called The Secret of Ultra Instinct, and we talk about meditation on there and how, you know, all this Dragon Ball stuff is based on real life martial arts. It's just hyped up and over, you know, it's over exaggerated for fantasy purposes.
It would be nice if they spent more time actually getting into it in universe, like the philosophy of martial arts and kind of like, you know, explaining it to like foreigners like us, I guess you could say. Yeah,
the tingly back, because everybody in Japan knows what the tingly back is, but you know, all the fat Americans, it's a plot hole, it's bad writing. It's like, bro, okay, I did a video with one of your favorite people the other day, and it was about suppression, and fucking people were like, it's bad writing. How the fuck is it bad writing when suppression's like a real thing, and they talk about it in the series? Yeah, Goku talks about it, bro.
I mean, suppression itself is fine, you know, it goes back to like Dragon Ball. Like we see when Goku's fighting against, he's like, oh, this is my tournament level, and then he actually goes full power. So it's like this stuff's been going on the entire franchise. It's just that
it's bad writing, Mike. It's bad writing. That's the new thing. That's the new one now, Mike. I don't mean to interrupt you. If I don't understand something, it's bad writing. No, you're just a fucking moron. That's what it is. You're not listening to me explaining it to you. Oh, well, you guys are just covering up bad writing. Like, shut the fuck up and listen, dude. Like, I fucking study Eastern philosophy so that you learn. You're not Japanese. You're just some pimply faced kid in Omaha, bro. Like, shut up and listen. You know. I'm sorry, but it's like those bad writing. Durr. Listen, there's tons of bad writing in Super. Goten and Trunks not aging is bad writing. All right.
Yeah, that's very annoying. It's like a Simpsons effect.
Yeah, Vegeta being out of power about 10 times and Jiren freaking being maxed out 100 times, that's bad writing. But the tingly back and suppression and things like that, that's not bad writing, dude. Like, get over yourself.
I don't have a problem with suppression when it's used correctly. Like, for me, a lot of the problem with suppression is kind of like the same problems I had with Dragon Ball GT, and I just rewatched the series a couple months ago. It's just like a lot of times it's like, why don't you just get it over with already? Like, why are you dragging it out?
You talk about like, why doesn't Goku go max power?
Not even that. It's more like, why doesn't Goku just increase his level to where he could just automatically knock all of these weaker people out, you know? Or it's like watching Super Android 13, for example. The entire movie, we know that Goku and friends can just destroy these people if they go full power. Or like
every movie does that.
Yeah, when Goku's fighting the Sigma Force in GT, in his base, he's like not going full power, but he literally can obliterate them and Rildo in just his base. It's like, why didn't you do that before? What's the point? It's literally just dragging it out for dramatic tension, but it's forced tension. That's my problem with when suppression is used.
All they gotta do is scale Rildo to be stronger. Not that hard.
Yeah, it's not hard at all. It's just it's GT and it's Super, so it's a little harder than I guess it seems like it should be.
Matt W says, Goku's too quick to see attacks from episode 129 reminded me of Gogeta's first tech on Janemba. No, I agree. It was kind of a similar visual trick. You know, the fast hands.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, again, it's mostly just reused at this point, so it's kind of like I want to see more dynamic, different things, but we got a lot of that in the second half.
Jacob Kloosterhouse says, how much did Whis come when Goku went Mastered Ultra Instinct? Buckets, bro.
You see his face?
Oh! It's like good food. CSH form confirmed. I don't know what that means. Ritwick says, did you see PSG football club show Goku and their energy to score scare them? I didn't see it, but I saw the picture. Know what he's talking about?
I have no idea.
There was like a soccer game in Europe. Yeah, it's like it's that foosball sports stuff that you don't know about. So then somebody in the crowd like did this big like Goku sign. Like it was pretty cool. I saw it on Twitter.
Oh, cool.
I like when I do stuff like that. So Johnny Lewis says, remember when Sheeta said that, what is Geekdom 101? Yeah, that was today, bro. Somebody asked Yanao Toshishita, do you watch Geekdom 101? Signed Sean Schemmel. First of all, that was funny. And Sheeta has no idea who Sean Schemmel is, right? At all. Like people in Japan don't know who Sean Schemmel is, except for like like Nozawa, like the voice actors know,
Hmm.
but not the animators. So he's like, who the hell is that? And then he's like, do you watch anime, AJ? And he's like, no. And I'm like, well, he watches you.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
asking
everyone
him,
watches Sheeta now.
bro. It's like it used to be cool questions, and it's like Ask FM. It started out
Yeah.
cool, and it just devolved into freaking troll questions that were terrible, bro. Remember how
That,
horrible those Q&As? I mean, they were fun, but they were bad.
yeah. It's funny. I went on there recently and I still get questions. It's like, when was the last
We
time I
haven't
used
done a Q&A in 2 years, and they're still leaving questions.
maybe someday?
Super Saiyan 5 Zycore
Oh,
versus like or
God.
whatever. Like, yeah, no.
Trying to force that out of my memory, and now it's back.
SSJR Goku Black says, why hasn't Toei Funimation released the original classic Dragon Ball series on Blu-ray like DBZ and Super? Because, well, first of all, there is no Blu-ray of Z in Japan, only Kai. Because if they were to release Dragon Ball on Blu-ray, because it came out in the 80s, they would have to literally go in there and clean up all the old film frames and all the old
Yeah.
masters, and that would take a long time. It's mostly about like they don't have time, and I agree with you that I would love it if they went
Hmm.
in there and cleaned up all the old footage, but they just don't do it. They have it on DVD but not Blu-ray. It's a lot harder to take an old movie, like
Yeah.
even Disney has this problem and clean it up because if the transfer sucks, you can tell. There are some old movies where the animation transfer looks like crap. So it's
Yeah.
mostly about like it's a lot of episodes, dude. Think about how long it would take to go frame by frame on that many episodes.
Yeah, it would be insane. And it's funny, I was having a conversation about this topic earlier when I was watching Dragon Ball Kai. And the thing is, like, back then they didn't really care as much about preservation, like
That is
look.
correct.
Yeah, like look back in the day, like so many movies from like the 20s, 30s, even later are just gone forever because they either like threw them away, they burned them, they just didn't keep them in good condition. So like, it's really hard going back then to bring all this up to speed, I guess you could say.
And it would also just take too long. They don't think it's
Yeah.
worth it. I think it's worth it, but they don't. But we're marks, and that's the thing. Seth Hauser, if all the universes are wished back, do you think that the ones that were deleted before the tournament will be wished back? That was a theory back in the day. I don't think it matters anymore.
Uh I mean, it's not going to matter unless they want to purposely leave us on a cliffhanger for like what happens in the future. But oddly enough, they're going to go to the past for the next movie, from what it
Well,
seems to
well, we
me.
don't know exactly what, but it could be a force of the past returns, like Yamoshi or whatever. We don't know if it's
They're
going
going
to
to
be
wish
in the
back
past.
Broly. Watch.
Yeah, Broly's the villain of the Broly movie 4.
Yamamori.
Remember
Well,
that terrible YouTuber Soul Animation who reviewed
uh,
Resurrection F and then said, "I'm surprised Broly wasn't in it."
I can't wait for Battle of Gods 3, where Super
Super
Saiyan
Saiyan
God
God
Vegeta is
3,
resurrected.
Super Saiyan God 2, bro.
Uh,
Fuck, man, those are the days, bro. Those were the days. Ritwick Sinha. To be honest, Super has so many issues. You gotta admit it. It's been getting better over time, and 128 is DBZ level writing. Um,
which episode of DBZ?
I was gonna say, well, yeah, which episode of DBZ, bro? Because some DBZ episodes were horrible. Some were great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's been getting better. Actually, I think. I mean, it has, but I don't think it's gotten. Like, I don't think it's
In
where it should be.
For me, in some ways, it's gotten better. In some ways, it's gotten like much worse. um, but I didn't know that you had a duck around, but that's interesting. But yeah, I guess that sums it all up. That sums up Dragon Ball Super for me right now. Just whatever. Let's get to the end. I want to see Oob or whatever we're gonna see.
Somebody has a question directly for you from the Coco Right. Question
Wow.
for Mike: are you still glad they chose Frieza and not Cell?
If they had contrived some insane way for Cell to be on Frieza's level, then I would have been happy for him to come back. But
Golden Cell, that video you
yeah,
and I did like 2 years ago.
Cell Dorado, as some people I've seen call him.
Cel
Or
Dorado. El hermano, bro.
El
Hoy
Grande
es tu fin,
Padre.
Toriyama.
I like that Frieza came back, but for me, Cell is my favorite Dragon Ball Z villain. So
Eric Bowser. First of all, if your last name is really Bowser, bro, that's freaking awesome. He says,
yeah,
just as Kaioken emanates heat because it's a physical technique, I believe Ultra Instinct is the god equivalent and thus takes a massive physical toll. Um, I don't know, because um, it seems to be more about like uh, instinct than power.
hmm
That's what it's about, you know. So I mean, it's more. I just feel like it's more like your body doing what it wants to do, like Megate no Gokui, versus just it being like you're purposely giving away energy. Goku's not purposely charging up energy. The energy's
yeah,
leaving his body because he's fighting kinetic energy. That whole thing. I don't know what else to say about that.
yeah. It's basically like you know, one of the things I'm wondering about though, like every time I see this with Goku, it's like, well, when Whis uses Ultra Instinct, he's not like that from what we can tell, right? Like when Beerus does in the manga, it doesn't seem like he transforms in any way, so isn't that just more of like a Goku specific thing? Like when Goku fully masters Ultra Instinct, does he have aura or is it it seems like why is it different for Goku versus them? Is it simply because he's a Saiyan?
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
think so. Carlos Martinez says, "Geek them, shut up, and stop talking about nonsense. Talking about Dragon Ball." Yes, sir. He paid $20, bro. So yes, sir. But Dragon Ball is
That's
nonsense sometimes.
yeah.
Mike Mikkel Saint says, since we know finding actors would be near impossible to make a live action Dragon Ball movie, would the fandom prefer a CG driven film in the vein of Beowulf or Valerian would allow us to keep OG voice actors? Listen, I hate reboot. Sorry. I don't want a CG Dragon Ball thing, dude. Maybe for like the
No.
rides, but if you're gonna do Dragon Ball movie, animate it, bro. It's worked out the best every time. That's my opinion.
I mean, I'm still in the camp that eventually I want them to try with like a big budget with like great actors like behind it and an actual fan directing it. I would love to see them try a good Dragon Ball Z movie, but
I
like live
disagree with you.
action.
I don't want a live action
Um,
Dragon Ball. I
I
really
know
don't.
I know a lot of people have no interest in it, but just me personally, I think it would be very cool. Me personally.
Rick Lewis says, I met Ronda being in WWE and her name is Hot Ronda. I mean, it's a good move for the company. It's a good move for her. She ain't going to fight ever again. And let's hope she doesn't screw up at WrestleMania.
Yeah, she definitely got better in her second week. I feel like
The second promo, you mean?
yeah, what was it, Elimination Chamber? There's so many pay per views at
That
this
was the
point.
first promo and then Raw the next night. Yeah, she
Yeah,
was a lot better
she,
on Raw the next night.
yeah. So I hope that she continues to get better. I mean, it might be a Brock Lesnar situation where she kind of needs a manager. She kind of needs people constantly like putting her over and constantly like saying this is why she's so amazing. But we'll have to wait and see. I think that she could be a big star depending upon how they use her.
Dork, well, she's already a big star.
Well,
We,
yeah, I
we just
mean,
don't want her to lose that star power.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That dork Andy says, was episode 129's Master Ultra Instinct moment Goku's best moment in Dragon Ball? I don't think so. It was cool. I don't think it was. It didn't give me that emotion. Like honestly, I feel like the Ultra Instinct Omen. I think
hmm
that was better as far as like giving me an emotional response, but I don't think it's his best moment. I think like when he came back to fight fucking Piccolo and Drum and he kicked Drum's eyeball out. That's a great moment when
Yeah.
he threw Nappa when he
Fought
came
the
back
Ginyu Force.
elbowed Raccoon exactly. Like I just think those moments are just more epic. But I think a lot has to do with the
Yeah.
fact that we had Kikuchi music and it was so much better. That's my opinion though.
I feel like yeah, there's a lot more iconic moments from Goku. Like just Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time, I feel like is more impressive than this based upon like we hadn't really seen that before. Now at this point in the franchise, Goku has transformed 6 times, maybe even 7 depending upon what your interpretation of it is. So it's just like I don't know. I feel like the original one, I totally agree with you, was much more epic than this. And like even his one against Kale, maybe like that was or not Kale,
Kefla, yeah.
Kefla. I thought that was pretty great too.
Sir King Koopa says, "Hey, what do you think? We have Bowser and we have Koopa. What do you
Yeah,
think Gohan could do to Topo?" That's the question for you. In God of Destruction form.
nothing.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't see how he could do anything.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. The way that they fought him, the way he manhandled Frieza and 17, I just don't see Gohan having. If they all teamed up on him, maybe, but I don't see it, bro.
It seems like all Gohan really knew how to do in the Tournament of Power was punch people really fast and fire the Kamehameha. So I don't think either of those would work against
And
Toppo.
that disappointed me because I like
Yeah.
hopefully we'll do wasted potential Gohan on this arc
Hmm.
because I was going into this arc super hype. I mean, you remember that first image of Gohan at 17, and he was in
Yeah.
the gi, and everybody, oh my god, it's back to Mystic Gohan. He didn't do nothing, bro. Like he didn't do
No.
shit. He eliminated Botamo in a plot hole, really.
Why even make him the leader? Like why even have that episode where he
And
where
they didn't
he
even listen
says
to him.
exactly. I don't get it. I
I,
guess I guess it's to give him something. Like at least he wasn't just jobbed out immediately, but at the same time it's like it's fucking Gohan, the main character at one point in the franchise. You could do a little better with him than just have him get eliminated taking out a third ring character.
Right. Yeah. No. I'm still kind of let down by that. I really am. Off topic. DC versus Marvel. Fuck Wolverine. Now we've talked about this before a long time ago. You and I actually on a Q&A.
Yeah.
I just want to say that I grew up a Marvel kid, but I have really gotten into DC lately. I don't mean the new. I don't mean the movies. I'm talking about the comics specifically.
Yeah.
And I really like some of the stories that I've been able to catch up on, like Earth 2 and things like that I never got into when
Hmm.
I was younger. And I'm not. I still like Marvel more, but I really appreciate DC a lot more now than when I was a kid. I mean, a lot more now. Like
Yeah.
some of those characters are really good.
No, I completely agree. I love Marvel and DC, but the thing is, like, I've read a lot of the DC comics in addition to Marvel, and I used to watch Batman the animated series, Justice League. Like, I watched them all, and for me, it might be controversial, it might be contrarian these days to say it, but I do kind of lean towards DC. I feel like their characters are just
But
more
you're just to
iconic
clarify,
overall.
not the movies, because the MCU
No,
killed the DCEU. Just
oh
to make it
yeah,
clear.
I mean, if I don't, I mean, I'm sure that there are some people out there who prefer it to Marvel. I mean, there's some people who prefer the prequels to the original trilogy for Star Wars, but no, definitely the comics, the cartoons, because you got to remember for so long, DC was like destroying Marvel in not only like at one point it was in the comics, and then for so long in the animation, like the series were just so great, the movies were just so awesome, like the movies put like even some of the Marvel live action ones to shame. That's how good they are. So it's hard for me not to be like, yeah, I love, you know, I'm more leaning towards one thing, but I like both. So and not fuck Wolverine. I really like
I
Wolverine
like
too.
Wolverine too. Mandrade 5016. What would you add to this arc? Just better writing and more time. Who cares about that? No, I'm kidding. No, I would just add better writing, more time. That's it. Jonathan Aguilar
Yeah.
says both of you respond. Smash Madison Ivy or Alexis Texas? Well, both, but I like Alexis
Hmm.
Texas a little bit more. But Madison Ivy's a Dragon Ball
Uh,
fan,
why not both?
right? Mudada X2 says, I guess he's from Wakanda. Universe 3 is my favorite universe out of all 12. Which one is your favorite? Well, we haven't really seen the universes, but we're talking about the teams. Excluding 6 and 7, which is what he said. Definitely, I like 9 a lot. I like the trio, the Dangers, a lot.
Trio to Dangers had some pretty cool aesthetics going on with their triangle danger zone and then the triangle danger beam. I thought they were pretty cool, but I guess that their luster was gone by the time of the tournament, so they just chucked him out immediately. It was a little disappointing.
Stacked Kaioken on Ultra Instinct. I don't think that's gonna work.
Please no.
I don't think it's gonna work. Thank you, Grim Jow Jaggerjaw. Ulti Dragon. Depending on how great the new movie will be, determine the future of the new Dragon Ball material. Your thoughts? Yes, I've talked about that many, 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 many times. Yes, if it's good,
Hmm.
we'll get more Dragon Ball. I mean, that's just obvious. If it's tanks, forget it. Dark Joey says TFS Piccolo. I think we should be stopping this. I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah. Carlos Martinez. Hey, Geekdom, are you gonna do a face reveal at Command Con? No, I'm gonna wear a paper bag the entire weekend, 90-degree weather,
With a question mark,
with a
right?
question mark on it, bro. Yeah. Yeah. 01000 says this explains why I did Universe 3 in 3 parts. No, Ultra Instinct in 3 parts. It wouldn't make sense not to beat Jiren or damage him in the first part, being it hasn't mastered it till now. I mean, I get it. It's just that they could have figured out a better way to do it. They could have just consolidated it all into one big thing. So
Yeah, they stretched it out over way too long of a period of time, I feel
Trainer
like.
Red. Trainer Red suppression's bad because there's no true tension. Yeah, but you have to have suppression, or else
Well,
none of this can happen. Like,
I
you
don't
know.
really know if I would. I don't really think that's true because suppression is like a concept. You can use a concept correctly or you can use it really poorly. There's no tension if Goku is suppressed and he could destroy his opponent, but if his opponent's suppressed or maybe like his opponent, has an ability to make it where you can't bring out your full power, then there's a lot of tension involved. It just depends on the situation.
Yeah, I think you have to have suppression. Anklar Mahagan, I don't speak that language. He wrote Flay Dragon Ball Abteri Stream Sunday Saiho Gyabik. I don't speak that language, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
English
don't know.
only. XD, what toothpaste do you use? I like this one called Tom's. That's what I use.
I don't know. I always use the teeth whitening toothpaste,
There's like
and
a
then I
bunch of those,
and
bro.
yeah, it never. Well, I don't really care. I just use whatever works.
Mike Friend. Do you think Goku is Ultra Instinct in the intro against Jiren, but without hair color and effects? Do you wish Kefla went SS3 against Goku? Probably wouldn't have made a difference. No, SS3 Kefla probably would not have beaten Ultra Instinct Goku, but she would have probably defused. As far
I
as Goku in the intro, I think they knew they were going to recycle the effects, and they did. So
I would have liked to see her go Super Saiyan 3 just because I feel like they were building to it. Like they kept mentioning how she wanted to do it, and then they were a fusion. Gotenks was able to do it even though he trained for it, but that's out the window in this series. Like the thing is, like it wouldn't have made any difference. I just think it would have been cool.
Zero says, I would rather donate to your PayPal. Like Super Chat getting 30% of your donations. If you could just post your PayPal, donate to it. My PayPal, if you go to my About page on my YouTube, it's there. Go to About, you'll see Donate, it's there. So that's where it's at. Thank you to all these donations. Rain, Muhammad, Ritwick, and I think Goku surpassed Beerus. Do you think Goku surpassed Beerus, Mike?
I think there's a very strong possibility, but you know, Beerus hasn't really. He's had a pretty decent poker face as far as like if he has been surpassed. But if Beerus doesn't have mastered Ultra Instinct and Goku does, then I can see this finally being the point where Goku either is on his level or surpassed him.
Alan Carr says, sorry, messing in the wrong stream. Okay, this pops me. So there's a guy in here named Jay Sherman, okay? I don't
Okay,
know if you can see it, but his avatar is basically Jay
Paul
Sherman from
Heyman.
The Critic, right? But
Oh yeah.
it's in anime form like One Punch Man. That has to be the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Oh yeah. It stinks. It
It
stinks.
stinks. Lesson to the gods from the TOP. Take care of your mortals or else your universe is shit. And Zamasu wonders why nobody liked him.
I mean,
Right?
Zamasu would have been erased either way, so who cares?
Yeah, because he's one of the reasons that they was shit.
Yeah.
Childish says, since Goku has many techniques, which technique is your most favorite he can do? What's your favorite technique without throughout the whole series? Mine's instant transmission. I think it's one of the best moves, very beneficial. Actually, that is my favorite Goku technique. Teleportation, instantaneous movement, Shunkan Ito. That's my favorite Goku technique. My favorite in the entire series?
Hmm.
That's a tough one, dude.
I mean, I really like the Kaioken. I think it's an awesome concept. Like it basically amps his power so many times, and it looks cool. It actually has drawbacks, so it's not like infinite spamming of this move. I mean, it kind of was in this arc, but it's something that I feel like has distinct rules to it, and it has a great aesthetic with the red aura. So maybe Kaioken, even though the ability to teleport, like even between dimensions, is pretty awesome. But
I'm trying to think of what my favorite move of the entire series is.
hmm.
Like the entire series? Maybe Hakai, bro.
Inakai is pretty, I guess you could say, OP.
The original Hakai, not the one that Topo did, that bootleg
Yeah,
fucking.
where
Well,
Beerus deatomizes Zamasu.
See, Craze Guy, will Goku stack Super Saiyan with Ultra Instinct? I hope not.
Uh,
I don't
I
want
mean,
to see more forms. No more forms, please.
yeah, it would just
Vex,
get ridiculous.
do you think it would have been better if we had Vegeta or no? No, no, no more fusions. I know people love them. I'm not my thing.
I mean,
We already saw it.
after seeing it twice, Vegito is useless. So no, I'm done seeing Vegito not finish the arc.
Aaron Black says, Sub Geekdom, are you ready for Superman Goku rematch? I have a friend that works alongside the staff of Death Battle. Sad to say it will return and people are going to not riot like Philly after a championship. It's true. After this episode, we're going to do I'm sure Screw Attack will do another Goku Ultra Instinct video against Superman. And I don't know. I don't care, bro, to be honest with you. I don't really care.
I'm so over it. It's probably going to make the internet freak out again.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're going to say Superman wins again, even though Goku is literally beyond freaking multiverse level or whatever at this point. It's going to be Superman totally wins, laugh out loud, so whatever. I don't care. Even if Superman can win against certain versions of Goku, it's like, who cares at this point?
And I mean, it's just the third time now. I'm not saying that it's gonna suck. I'm just saying I'm not gonna get mad over it, is what I'm saying. I'm not gonna get upset.
No, I'm not.
Rain says, do you think Goku's Master Ultras will come at a price? I don't know what that means. He wants to know if he thinks that Ultra Instinct is gonna come at a price. In other words, is Goku gonna regret it? As long as he wins, I don't think he gives a damn.
I think it would be cool, and I did a video about this recently. If
Laughing Stock Media.
Yeah. Will Goku's Ultra Instinct be temporary, or should it be? And I think it would be cool if he reaches this level of power, but then it does what happened to Goku when his Kaioken was used for the first time in Blue, and makes it where he can't control his ki properly, or it has he can't reach that level again for a little while. I think that'd be a good idea to kind of, I don't know, nerf Goku maybe a little bit, make him not so ridiculously overpowered.
Maybe maybe. I mean, they have to come up with a reason for it because it's more of a state of being than a move. Kaioken should have done that.
Yeah.
Ben Yenser, do you guys think silver hair, if it had to happen, should have been saved for Ultra Instinct mixed with Super Saiyan? No more transformations, brother. I don't want UI mixed with Super Saiyan. No. I think this form could have worked in a couple more arcs. It's just too much too soon. I've said that many times. And if you don't agree, that's cool. I just think there's too many forms now. Like no more new forms for Goku. This form should be it. No more.
Yeah, I agree. I barely even wanted this one. I did a video saying why I don't think they should do new. They did new form, which of course they were going to do a new form, but at least it looks cool. Had some good execution, but I don't really want another. No.
People are talking about in the other chat that people believe that Goku created a universe underneath him, and I thought that was just energy. I didn't see it being a galaxy or anything.
I mean, it looked like one, but I don't think it's that Goku literally created a galaxy. I think it's just a cool effect, like when Goku and Beerus made the dragons when they were powering up. Yes. It's not like they've created dragons.
It's like they did animalities from Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I don't think I'm probably gonna get shit for it in my review. I haven't read all the comments there yet, but I'm probably gonna get shit for it. But I think people are looking into it too much, honestly.
Yeah.
Unless Whis actually says he created a galaxy, it's just an effect.
Looking into things too much in Dragon Ball? What are you talking about? That never happened.
Or not looking into enough. He says if you like comics, check out Dark Knight's Metal.
Yeah, I've heard that's great.
I haven't read it yet. Mike Saint Mikhail Saint says, wanted to try a shameless plug for my Instagram. If you guys are into realistic DBZ concept art, follow Mike Saint at Mike Saint. Pronounce Michael. Okay, I've been saying Mikhail like freaking. I'm sorry, bro. I've been pronouncing it Mikhail like Resident Evil 3. It's Michael Saint, so I apologize for that. That guy that chirps. Shaggy Blanco versus Mastered UI Goku. Mike, are you there? Did we lose Mike? Mike.
Yeah.
Okay, you're back.
Shaggy Blanco totally wins.
Okay. Kendall Hurley says X-Men versus Justice League. As far as power goes, what version of the X-Men? See, this is not that easy of a... Because, if it was just, one sector of the X-Men,
Hmm.
Justice League would stomp them. Like if it was just Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm, like Superman would run through them. But if Professor X can get inside Superman's brain, bro, good night. See, it's
I mean,
tough.
Superman has like Torchasm, Row, and Vows, so it would be kind of hard for him to do that. I mean, I assume that Professor X could probably do that. It's just like the Justice League has so many members. Like you could just put Green Arrow and like all the jobber Justice League and have them fight the most powerful X-Men. It's really hard to make that kind of comparison without like really going in depth.
It's just there's not one X-Men team or one Justice League
No.
team. That's the problem. Why do
Yeah.
you think we haven't seen Goku use Super Dragon Fist? Because Super Dragon Fist is a movie and GT only move, bro. That's why it's not.
I wish
in,
he would.
I,
Even though it's not a part of the actual canon, I think it would be awesome to see him use it.
Might he used to defeat Jiren next episode? No, highly unlikely. The Smile Beerus has is awesome. I agree.
Hmm.
John Nichols says, "Love these streams. Do you think that Goku Jiren's fight will stand up to other amazing Final Series type fights such as Naruto Sasuke and Miram Netero?"
Barium versus
I
Netero.
haven't seen that fight, so I don't know. What do you think?
That's from well, I haven't really seen that far into Naruto, even though I have heard that's a really good fight. Miriam versus Netero is really good from Hunter x Hunter.
I
Uh
haven't gotten that far.
I mean, Hunter x Hunter is amazing.
I
So
know.
it's like, how are we gonna like is Dragon Ball Super gonna reach Hunter x Hunter levels in terms of fight? Maybe, but I mean, that's a really high standard to live up to. Togashi knows how to make him some manga and anime. I'll say that.
Yeah, and then take breaks for a long time.
Yeah,
Uh,
he hangs out with Juan too much.
I don't know if it's gonna match up with any of the old Z fights, but it might be the best fight in Super, maybe. Um,
I mean, that's very likely.
Henny Hardaway says, "Notice the stage is the top tournament of power abbreviated." Yeah, I know that. Alexei B, Goku getting Vegeta's blue form? No, he's past that. Will we get an official name for the manga games? We have a name for it. I'm from Heroes, but I'm waiting to get confirmation next month, and I'll give it to you. We do
I
have
mean,
a
do we
name.
know for sure it's going to be in the manga? I mean, could it be like Super Saiyan Rage?
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. We might not get Vegeta's super blue in the manga or whatever. Vooz L says, "I'm calling it now. Ultra Instinct kills Goku." I'm calling it now. Goku Black is Goten from the future. No, seriously. Um, I
Uh,
if Goku dies, he's coming right back to life.
it's gonna be like that episode where Goku fought Hit.
Yeah, he'll
Like
come
he's
right
gonna
back.
immediately come back. So who cares? What's the point?
Yeah, he's not gonna die. Josh Ram, thoughts on Netflix's Punisher TV show? Um, what
It
do you
was really
think?
good.
Yeah, it's good.
Wasn't my favorite of the Marvel shows thus far. I thought they spent way too much time with the Micro's family and some of the padding, but Bernthal is great as the Punisher, and I can't wait for the second season or however they use him.
Bill Jacobs says, "Coincidence that Goku's aura and Ultra Instinct creates a similar sound as Vegeta's new form. Didn't know if there was a reasoning behind that." Well, the reason is because the sound effects guy that worked on Dragon Ball and Z is not there anymore, and the guy they got is not as good. And that's real talk. Like if you notice, the sound effects of Super are not anywhere close um, to like Z. Why are you laughing?
I'm just imagining like an even budget version of the sound where like Goku like punches people and they use like slide whistles and they use
Psst,
like
psst,
really
psst,
cheap
psst,
sound.
psst.
Ow! It's just like you just imagine that. But yeah,
All right, we're gonna end the stream in a minute. We got two more
okay.
questions to answer. Okay. Francisco Contreras says, "I'm an FFPM 36-hour shift. Love your vids, so worth it." Well, 36-hour shift is crazy. I don't know what an
Wow,
FF is though. What is an FFPM?
I have no idea.
I guess the job. Well, good luck with that, for sure. CJ Kinsey, our last question of the night, because I'm tired. I'm gonna knock out. Thank you to everyone who joined the stream, and this is a good final question. Is this form too powerful for the series? I think it's really going to be hard because Goku may be either close to topping, like not topping, but he might be close to Angel's level or equal
Hmm.
to them. So if Super comes back or there's a new series, they're gonna have to make new villains that are on this tier, and it's just gonna be hard, man. Like I feel like the stuff that we've seen him do here is literally like god tier stuff. Like this is like,
Yeah.
it's not quite cosmic armor Superman stuff, but he's doing stuff like, attacking Jiren with his back turned and things like that. Like I just feel like it's gonna be real tough to do fights old school style moving
Yeah.
forward.
I mean, that's kind of a problem we've seen throughout a lot of Dragon Ball Z and into Super. Like, we don't really get those real, like, Dragon Ball level fights with, like, all these varying tactics and all these, like, cool, different, like, maneuvers that they use. Like, we don't just see them fight in, like, a regular stadium anymore, you know? Um, but like that's one of the big questions with Ultra Instinct. Like, is it too OP? You know, is it something that are they
It's
going to
too
immediately
hacked.
devalue it? Yeah. Are they going to immediately value it by bringing in like new form, like new characters who also have it or are way above it, you know? Or are they just going to make it where like it's so OP, Goku just destroys anyone in it? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's just it's gonna be. People have said this. How are they gonna go past this? I don't have an answer for you. I don't know.
I mean, you know, when we first saw Kami show up in Dragon Ball, like he was the highest god. He was like the most powerful thing, and Goku surpassed him, you know, and that happened with literally every god they introduced, you know. So I think it would kind of be sad to see like Beerus and everyone basically trivialized to where like they're basically like King Kai and they're completely useless power wise. I hope that doesn't happen, but you know, at this point, like in the next Dragon Ball series, they might introduce a mega verse, and this is only one of many multiverses, each with their own Zeno. Who knows? Like,
Yeah, I mean
that just
that's
seems
too much
like
for me, bro.
ridiculous. Yeah, it'd be ridiculous.
That's too much for me. So I guess Francisco, firefighter paramedic. That's
Oh,
um
okay.
that's what FFPM is, firefighter paramedic. Yeah, I used to have a friend who did that for a living. He told me a story about this is okay. This is gonna get graphic. All right, before we close out, this is gonna be graphic. If you don't like graphic, so I had a friend of mine who was a paramedic. He told me about this woman who got hit by a bus. Right, so he goes out and she's out, like she's knocked out and she's dead, but he didn't know she was dead. So he
Yeah.
picks her up by her like shoulder and neck, and his hand goes inside of her head.
Oh,
Like his hand goes in her head, bro, and like his hand's inside her brain, and he freaked out.
I
But he
bet.
was okay though, but he freaked out. And just imagine that, dude. Like, ugh, she was dead. She
Yeah,
was dead. I mean, forget it.
that that's what you know. It's a really hard job
Job.
to do because of things like that. You know, like seeing things like that. You know, being involved just in the medical field. That's one of the reasons I didn't go into it because you know that's not something I'd want to have to deal with like possibly every day.
I'm very queasy when it comes to stuff like that. I can see blood in anime all day and shit, but not in real life. It just I don't
Yeah.
like people dying around me. It's just not my thing. Also, I liked the Wilder Ortiz fight. It was awesome. So, all right, we're done. Check out Laughing Stock Media and Laughing Stock Cinema. Right?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me on the stream, and I really enjoyed it. And thanks everyone for coming out.
All right, we'll talk to y'all soon, and I'll drop my preview of the next episode. Remember, no super next week, but we'll be back the week after. But I got all kinds of videos coming out this week, bro. So look forward to that, and we'll talk soon, ladies and gentlemen. So,
See you later.
bye. Okay, wait. Stop streaming. Let's see if it'll.